Oh yeah. This is ScareTalk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Crazy Katrina.
Ooh.
And we've got Jolly Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh
Alright,
dear.
We're getting back
Jolly.
to the
Oh my
dear.
gosh.
Christmas
Dear.
names. Oh dear. I
Oh
get it.
dear.
I get it. Like a
Oh,
reindeer. So funny. Okay. So on the third day of Scaremas, my true love gave to me Dead End.
Dead end.
You're supposed to say like what came on the first day and then the
I'm not
second
saying all of them.
day. Okay.
I don't think I'll do that in the last episode.
Okay.
I
What were you gonna say? I don't think what.
don't think I did that for
Yes, you
every
did.
episode.
100% go watch
Yeah.
and watch.
Yeah, every episode you did.
Thank you, Joel.
I counted down every
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
That's how
Wow.
the song goes, bro.
I know that. Okay.
You were very festive last year.
Whatever.
All
All right.
the first
so,
one. This is a sequel now. It's whatever.
Yeah,
It's the
whatever.
sequel to
Yes, we're
these.
still doing Scaremas again.
we are gonna review Dead End, 2004, I believe.
Oh,
Joel,
2003.
2003, 2004.
2005. 2006.
Can you tell us? Can you tell us who was a part of this one?
This one stars Ray Weiss, Lynn Shay, and Alexandra Holden, who was Ross's girlfriend in Friends.
What?
Yeah,
Which
the daughter, the one whose
that was
whose dad was Bruce
Elizabeth.
Willis. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I kept thinking, who the heck is that? I recognize her. And
yeah,
Wow.
that is so funny.
Bruce Willis's daughter.
Oh my gosh. That's
Okay.
so funny.
Yeah, that did not occur to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
Well, and you got Lorraine in there.
Lorraine.
Isn't that her name in
Insidious.
Insidious?
Oh, was it?
That's why I was like,
I think that was the mom's name.
the
was
mom's
Lorraine.
name is Laura in this movie, but wasn't her name Lorraine in
I think in
Insidious?
Insidious, his mom's name was Lorraine.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, anyway, I thought
but
that
she's in Insidious too.
yeah.
She's in a lot of stuff, a lot of horror movies.
Elise.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, did he just call her Lorraine? Like, because I thought that was
Yeah.
her name from Insidious.
Okay.
But
All right, continue.
Sorry,
this was
Joel.
written, no? It's all good. It was written by Jean-Baptiste Andrea, who was the writer, who was the writer and director of Big Nothing. If you remember that movie. Danny.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Makes sense.
David Schwimmer and
Mm.
Simon Pegg. Dark
Yeah.
comedy. I mean, I think that it could fall under
Yeah.
what we consider for horror. And this was directed and Fabrice Canepa. This was directed by Jean-Baptiste Andrea and Fabrice Canepa as well. So
Okay. Cool. Well, it's Christmas Eve. On his way to his in-laws with his family, Frank Harrington decides to try a shortcut for the first time in 20 years.
oh,
It
man.
turns out to be the biggest mistake of his life.
Yeah.
This is
Oh.
actually considered a dark comedy. That is the first.
Dark
Yeah.
comedy.
Description.
Mine
I didn't
says
laugh
horror
once in this
mystery.
movie.
Well, that's different. You're not on IMDb for that.
No,
You're on
but
Google.
okay.
It's different platform, different stuff.
Okay, I disagree with IMDb. It is not a
It-
dark comedy. No,
Okay,
100%.
before we get too much into it, we're not doing spoilers because that's on Patreon only. Like this video and subscribe. Do it now. Smash the button, as they say.
Yes, that's the
If
kids
you
say.
want
That's
to
the-
know about spoilers and you want to hear what our thoughts are, and there are some spoils for this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, then go to patreon.com/ScareTalk and you get to hear all of that stuff. Okay.
It's not a
I
comedy.
do think it could be. I laughed quite a bit in this movie. The dude, Richard,
I
that
hated
guy
Richard.
was so over the top. I
He
was
was
laughing
the-
at
oh,
like
he
every
was
line with him.
He was so annoying. He was.
I
he
knew he
was-
was gonna piss you off, Joel.
Yeah, he was my least favorite character. He was definitely the weak link in this movie.
I thought he was entertaining. And he decides to do something very random in the woods. I was like, really?
Yeah,
You
He just
do
has
that
it in
right
his
now.
pocket, ready to
Yeah, he uses the
put out.
lighter and everything.
I
I
know.
was like, okay. So yeah, I think he was the comedy. I think Lin Shaye had some funny moments.
Yeah.
With the pie and the chips and stuff.
Yeah,
Her-
but
Her character went over like
Over the top.
At that
over the
point,
deep
I-
end at that.
yeah, I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
But I think
They took it a little too far.
and with all that being said, I think that's where the dark comedy comes into play.
Whatever, I
Yeah.
agree with Google. It's a horror mystery.
Definitely a mystery.
Mhm.
And
You don't think it's horror?
No, yeah. And well, obviously it's horror.
We wouldn't be doing it otherwise.
But I'm glad. So if you want to watch this movie and you're wondering, okay, where's this going? Like, is there going to be any sort of reason for any of this stuff? There is. So stay
Don't spoil.
in. I'm not spoiling. I'm just letting the audience know. Don't turn it off. If you get deep into the movie, just see it out to the end. And, you know, you might be satisfied, you might not be. But,
I wasn't.
and Joel wasn't. And so that's up for discussion. But
Yeah.
there is something.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I was
Honestly-
worried that there wasn't going to be any.
Yeah. No, I was
Because it
too.
went far into the movie, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is just going to be unexplained.
Yeah.
We're just going to move on, and then that's it. It seemed like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that. And I will say about the end, I'm not going to say anything about it, but if they had just stayed with that explanation, I would have been satisfied.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they went further than that
Yep.
twice.
I was wondering if you saw it.
Yeah.
They went further than that multiple times after that moment, and I was like, okay, now you're becoming something. You're trying to be something that you're just not. Like you're,
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been satisfying if they had just ended with the first explanation, and that's it, because that made sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into all that.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I feel like there was like a deleted scene or something, and then they just decided to put it in the movie, and it kind of ruins the movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was entertained for a good portion of the movie, but it did get kind of just maybe a little boring, a little like, okay, we're just being weird to be weird. These characters are acting stupid and weird, and just it lost its charm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
as you get further into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it right off the bat. Like when it first started, I was like, okay, this can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looked like a 70s movie. To
Yeah,
me.
it very
Yeah.
much seemed like an old fashioned movie.
Yeah.
It was weird. It threw me off because it was like parts of it were super old fashioned. The parents were super old fashioned. They had like the paper map.
Yeah.
They like I don't know, mom was like sitting there trying to sing songs with her teenagers, you know, like
Yeah.
it just felt very old fashioned with the parents. They felt like 70s type parents. And then the one guy had a flip phone.
Yeah.
So it was like,
okay.
Yeah.
oh, okay. So then we're actually in the
Modern times.
2000s
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it definitely didn't feel like a 2003 or 4 movie.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I think it's probably low budget for that time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine it went to theaters or anything.
Mhm.
But maybe it was intentional to look like that. I don't know, because like I said, it seemed like a Twilight Zone episode, and that's a
Yeah.
really old show.
Mhm.
So maybe they were trying to kind of get that vibe. But yeah, I'll say it was about half good.
Yeah.
I'll give it. I'm going to give it more than a 50. But
Mhm.
if I had to divide up the movie, I'd say like 50% good,
Yeah.
50% just whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I didn't trail off. It wasn't like I wanted to stop watching
Yeah.
at any point. You were getting a little more like this better
Yeah,
sum up.
I
This
was-
better have a good ending.
I
Than
was
I
getting
was.
annoyed with the redundancy of it.
Yeah.
And just, okay, we're gonna throw this in there, we're gonna throw that in there, and it's like, okay, there's no explanation for any of this that I would be satisfied with.
Mhm.
And they did an okay job with it, but like Joel said, then they kind of
They definitely
They went too
ruined
far.
it at the end.
Yeah.
At the
They went
very
too
end.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even
and
at the very end. Like they went too far twice. Like they went too
you're
far.
saying twice. I
before
can't
that-
remember the
that-
other time.
Well, I'll
So we'll talk
go
about
over
it.
it. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I think I might have missed something. But either way, they I mean, yeah, I agree. It was like I don't know. Nothing stands out. It wasn't like it didn't make me
Mhm.
excited.
Yeah.
I did appreciate the kind of end sum up until the end. And even with the end, it's like, okay, so that leaves you thinking. And so then it's like, I guess it leaves you with some thoughts,
Yeah.
but it's not a movie that I really care about
You don't. Yeah.
thinking too much further about.
Yeah.
It's not that.
It's
It's
type
not
of
like
movie.
you want to go back and watch it and try to pick up on things. you know?
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
one of those.
And like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like I'm like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Let me,
Mm-hmm.
wait, really? Like it's not, it's like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's other movies that have done something similar to this, and they do it way, way better.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually somewhat of a common ending to a
Yeah.
movie to make sense of things, and it's kind of like a cop out.
It
too.
is.
Yeah. I best describe how I felt about that ending part, how I felt about The Shining's ending. It's just like with the picture. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, it's not
Why'd we add
necessary. Why
Yeah.
why do we need that? Like it's not. You've already described the ending, like in this movie.
Yeah.
They've already described what happened. Like you don't
Yeah.
need that end part. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys on this one. It was enjoyable for the most part. I like I was saying, I despise that character of Richard. I think he's really annoying.
He was probably my favorite character after, well, whatever. After a little while, the entertainment value went down.
Yeah.
Say that.
Mhm.
And I found it kind of weird that he was like teasing and making fun of his sister's boyfriend and not his sister. Like it felt like they were more brothers than.
Yes, that's what I thought. I thought that for the longest time, and then something is said, like, "Oh, get your sister" or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, they're brother and sister? I was confused. I was like, I thought they were brothers, and she was the like girlfriend of the other guy. I mean, I was like,
And I was
because they seem like
like-
brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did not pick up on that at all. I 100% picked up on the fact that they were siblings and that the other one was the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I completely think it is not abnormal and not weird for him to be being mean to the boyfriend.
He was too over the top with it.
He was.
It seemed like they were brothers.
No, it seemed like he probably knew him from school, and he was like
those lines.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was so funny.
No, he definitely like he wasn't okay with the dude getting with his sister.
Yeah.
And he hasn't liked him for a while. They've clearly been together for a while. He's going to Christmas Eve with them.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it totally made sense for him to be teasing him. And oh my gosh, the fact that Danny was like so confused. I was like, are you serious?
I'm like, did they say this?
Because he like paused the movie and is like, wait, what? And he had been asking.
Yeah. I was like, well, how long have they been together? Because she's like, we always sing this song.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and I was so confused when he asked that. I'm like, I think she's grown up with them all her life. Like,
you didn't say that though.
No, because I was just confused that did you really just ask that? Like, why are you asking?
Well, because it was right after. I was like, oh, so they're probably together because he's got his like arm around
that was
her
the
and
thing.
stuff.
That was the thing too. Is like when you're like, oh, they're probably together.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so they're not all siblings.
Yeah.
And
I will say at the very beginning.
Oh, we always sing this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I thought that they were too for a while. That they were all siblings.
Yeah, at the very beginning, I thought they were all siblings, but then like it was pretty quick that it was clear that they were together.
Yeah,
and then it's funny that you also were confused, Joel.
Well, I knew that they were brother and sister throughout it all. I was just I don't know. I didn't grow up with like brothers, so I grew up with like sisters. So it's like I could see the teasing of like a sister, but not the sister's boyfriend. I've never done that before. So
especially to that level, I'm sure.
So that just like caught me off guard a little bit. I'm like, oh,
I wish I could remember some of the lines. They were funny.
They were all about like being gay and just like
yeah. He was like really sure that he was gay, and he had his ear pierced and everything.
Yeah, he had the one ear pierced. Yeah. Hey, I had that. I didn't have a hoop though, like him.
Okay. Doesn't make it better. Right?
I had a big diamond.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was what you were supposed to do. If you had both, then you were questioned.
And it also depended on which ear you did.
Yes. So you only do the left ear. Yes.
Is it the left?
It is. Don't worry, I looked it up. In the encyclopedia because now I have Google.
Yeah.
Oh man. I wish that they had shown the deaths.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Yeah.
It was an R-rated movie. Like, why didn't you show it?
That's why I think.
Yeah, I was really surprised that we didn't get like the most we saw was the very first thing that we saw.
Yeah. Well, there is a scene. It's not like a death, but there is a scene where there is some gore.
Yeah. Still pretty light, though.
Yeah, it's pretty light. But he didn't like even react to it. It was weird.
Yeah.
He was like,
oh yeah. I think he was in
something else.
I think he was in a trance or in a trance or something at that point. Yeah.
But none of it even. Well, never mind.
Hey. We'll get there when we
get there. Too far. All right, let's see what the critics and the audience said.
Okay, so Rotten Tomatoes gives this a 78.
Oh.
Wow. Really?
For
All right.
for the critic score.
Okay.
I've-
Give this better score than P2. Okay.
I know.
By
I
a
know.
lot.
Like double.
Yeah. Yeah, and but there's only 9 reviews.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I guess those 9 reviewers just really
Just loved it.
like this movie.
They're probably involved in the making of this movie.
Oh, maybe. The popcorn meter, though, the popcorn spilled.
Ah.
It got a 59%, and it has 10,000 plus ratings.
That's,
Oh, that was really close.
So
yeah, that barely spilled. Like spilled a little bit.
yeah, just a
It's like
couple
a
pieces
couple
spilled out,
kernels.
but still much lower than the critics, 78 to 59.
Yeah.
And then IMDb has it at 6.5. Google,
Wow.
yeah,
Again, higher than P2. All right.
yeah, and Google has it at 3.7. Google ratings is knowing what they're doing.
Yeah, I would say
I mean,
they're pretty
it's still
reliable.
kind of yeah. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah.
All right,
So,
let's give our ratings. I'll go first. I'm gonna go 71.
okay.
Okay.
Katrina.
I'll say I'm gonna go 80.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I don't know. I just felt like I should give it higher than I don't know.
It would have been like a 50 or 60s if it wasn't for some of the explanation we got. But I'm not going to give it much higher because then we got another thing. So
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
brought it back down a little bit.
Actually, I think I'm gonna give it more like a 75.
Okay.
It's an average movie. It's meh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. What do you think,
To me, it's gonna be a 65.
Joel?
Oh,
All right.
okay.
It's slightly lower than average movie for me.
Yeah.
All right.
I was entertained for a decent amount.
Yeah, I didn't fall asleep.
You didn't.
He
Man,
was
that's
really thinking I was going to, and I did not.
Yeah.
man, that's at least an 80 right there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
During
It's
a
true.
movie.
That's the thing is, I felt like
Especially if the sun's down and it's dark.
I know it was late when we watched it. Yeah.
Man. All right. Well, now it's time for spoilers. So you're going to want to go to patreon.com/ScareTalk so you can hang out with us a little longer and we can talk about the ending and some of the stuff that led to that. Because we were very vague throughout this movie.
We were.
You don't know anything.
You got close.
I got close.
Mhm.
Pretty close.
And stop yourself.
And tomorrow, look out because it is the 13 Sleighs of Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The best
get
movie
ready.
of the year.
Yeah. Oh, best Christmas movie you've ever seen.
Yep.
Get ready for that review tomorrow. And otherwise,
Whoa.
we'll see you tomorrow.
Breaking.
Okay.